Thank you for staying with us. So, Chika, you were...
Yes, so just before we went on the break, I was saying that we seek the best medical care. The fact that we, as Jehovah's Witnesses, we do not accept blood transfusions doesn't mean that we compromise on health or that we take our lives for granted, because that's the notion many people have, that we take our lives for granted or we put ourselves in, intentional direct jeopardy. That's not true. So I was talking about the Hospital Liaison Committee, a group of doctors that we work with across the nation, every state in this country, and even abroad in other countries. These doctors actually themselves now recommend, it has become standard practice that they now use because of the success rates that these surgeries have enjoyed, bloodless surgery. They recommend it to other people as well. So I was just going to mention some details about bloodless surgery, right? It's a medical approach that helps and focuses.
Could we do that a little later when I question you more on it so that I can hear BC's initial thoughts?
Yeah. So I personally believe that everybody has a right to their beliefs. And people should be allowed to go with their beliefs. I've seen people who, at the moment where they were dying, who decided not to take any form of treatment. And somehow their faith was able to carry them through, right? I've seen people who are seriously ill. Doctors have recommended so many things. I've seen people who have refused chemo. I've seen people who have refused a lot of things, but they just believed that they had faith enough to go through. That happened to me personally. I remember where I was a classroom teacher, I was diagnosed with ovarian cyst. It was really heavy. The doctor had recommended surgery. Then I just freshly gave my life to Jesus. The prayer was shocking me at the time. And I said, I will not have any surgery in this lifetime. I will not go under the knife. And I fired on with prayer. I have a friend who will testify of this. I fired on prayer for weeks. I was in church, I was praying, I was crying. On a particular day in church, I felt like when the pastor was preaching and the pastor said, there's a woman, God is working on your body right now. I feel a hand reaching into your stomach right now and lifting. I connected to it. And by the time I went back to the hospital that weekend, they did not find any cyst. I have my results that showed the cyst, my report and all of that. They did not find any cyst. And, so I understand how that can be when an adult is holding on to a strong belief. As long as you are strong in that belief, it could work for you, right? Now, I know how Nigerians are very sympathetic, easily jumping to help. And that's why I always say, when you're coming out to seek for help, be as transparent as possible. If she had mentioned that I am
a witness,
I will not be needing, I will not have to take blood, but there are other alternatives to treat me and I'm seeking for money for this, then people who really wanted to give her money, who wouldn't question her belief, would donate money. Now, many Nigerians, I feel, rushed in to donate money because they really wanted to save her. And in their head, anything the doctor says do, just do so that you can get your life back. And then she coming out to say, I will not because of my belief. Now seems like a bit fraudulent, because Nigerians are like, why did she tell us she will not take blood in the first place? Because many people actually believe that whatever the doctor tells you to do is what you should do to get your healing and your health back. So I see where that dilemma can be, where they feel like, she did not come out to tell us the truth. She would have just told us she will not do this and do that. But now we understand that, like Chika rightly said, if she was not here, I would have gone through her points, because I've done a bit of research on bloodless surgeries. And I've seen that the medical doctors have actually achieved quite a number of, success doing bloodless surgery. It's just that they have to place you on a kind of diet that will pump your blood very fast and all of that. So when Nigerians are going to help going forward, they should ask more questions. They should seek to understand what they are donating money for. And when you donate money as a Nigerian for any cause, you should remove your mind. You have donated the money now. Remove your mind. Bless the person. Whatever it is that you need to do, do it. And don't go back and start feeling like you have been, or they lied to you. Make your research before you donate. And when you donate, leave the person in God's hand and allow the person. There was a case in Lagos State where a baby was supposed to be born to Jehovah Witnesses, were supposed to have a blood surgery. I think the child was jaundiced at birth. And then the parents refused, that they are Jehovah Witnesses, and took the child home. There were agencies involved who had to take permission from the government, and they went to and got a court order and went to carry the child from them, because that's a child, that's a minor. So the state could come in to say, this child cannot take decisions for him or herself. And because we are the state, we believe that this blood surgery is what this child needs right now to survive. They can do that. Okay. But for an adult, nobody can force her to change her mind, you know, following her beliefs.
Yeah, so I hear, you know, the new information, which is very helpful. And talking about the minor also, that was something I wanted to bring, but much later, because, you know, what we're discussing today, I don't want to really put Jehovah's Witness on the table. What we're discussing is the extent of our expectations when we make donations to people. And in this case, I was asking a question when you were making your point that what if this person didn't know that her treatment would eventually require a blood transfusion? Do we still think she was being, I don't want to say like disingenuous, I don't want to say like she lied, like she deliberately lied. Could you just mean that she did not expect it to get to that point?
Okay, so let me start by answering BC to say I disagree. We had saying that when Nigerians contribute money, they should take themselves out of the situation and bless them, because we've seen lots of fraudulent cases and issues where people even donate to a particular cause. Either someone's brother, father, mother, sister will use that money and go for enjoyment, right? Instead of using it towards what it was actually what is actually meant for, because most of the times you can't even put the money into the sick person's account because they are really, really ill. Yeah. Most of the time you pay the money into their father's account, mother's account, or another person's account. So it is your responsibility, as far as you're donating towards any cause, it's your responsibility to make sure, follow through, and make sure that that money is actually used for that thing that you donated for.
Okay, let me just,
You need to take a call.
Yeah, let me take a call and then we'll continue. Ade from London. Good morning, Ade.
Good morning, ladies. Good morning. How are you?
Well, fine, thank you.
Yes, I really agree with DC to a certain extent.
Okay.
With what she said. You see, everybody has the right to their faith, whatever happens. I mean, it's a freedom word. But collecting money from the public, your life has become public.
Thank you.
So, and that public that invested in your life have the right to know everything transparently. Okay. And now that money has been donated and you change your mind, that money should be paid to charity. She should not spend a dime, because this will block way for others tomorrow. Okay. They will think that, oh, this one is looking for money again. Now they will change their mind again. So if you want integrity and about her and her faith, she should return the money intact to charity. She should not spend a dime there, because that's fraud. Good morning. God bless you.
Yes, God bless you.
Okay.
So I totally agree with Ade, because in a situation whereby people have donated towards a certain cause, and then something has changed, right? Is either you explain to them to say, because they are aggrieved and ruffled and saying that, oh, without this blood transfusion, you might die, you would die, okay? Which now overrides the essence of the whole donation.
Well, Amaka, they were not donating for blood.
Let me land, right? So it's now left, because this information came out somehow. So it's not left for the person, her family, or her medical team to come out to say there are alternatives to blood donation that will still achieve the same thing and still make her to receive this treatment that will keep her alive. You owe the public explanation. So if they are feeling ruffled about the fact that if you don't take this blood transfusion, you will die, you will not make it, your team, your medical team or your family should come out to say, CEO, I did not take blood, but we have better alternatives that will still achieve the same thing, and I'll still be alive, right? Okay. That's one. So that's why I said it's supposed to be an open and closed thing, because if they have a right to have questions, because this is a moral contract. I have a right, and then a situation whereby they feel that after much this has been done, they feel that without blood, whatever, then you should now come out and also tell the general public that, okay, this will not work if I don't do blood transfusion. Can I return the money? Chicken, now let them not say keep it or not.
Okay, I'm not here, but what if there are other treatments that she can still go ahead? No, I mean not requiring blood transfusion.
Tell the public.
Okay, we have Hassan on the call. Good morning, Hassan. Hassan from Lekki.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Amaka.
Sir?
I give kudos to you.
Good morning, sir.
I give kudos to you, Amaka. And Mr. Ade from London, I give kudos to him also.
Thank you, sir.
You see, what is happening is a pure manipulation of religion.
Hey.
People should stop using religion to blindfold us. All religion recognize medicine because it's a knowledge given to man by God.
Okay.
And for you to explore that aspect is never a sin. It's a right way to go. Where people are using their own religion to control medicine, I don't know where that one is coming from. Where people are using religion, to control economy, I don't know where that one is coming from.
Okay.
You cannot take people's money and then determine how to go about it. If you want to do anything, use your own money or appeal to your own denomination members, the Jehovah Witnesses, that believe in the same thing with you. Take their money and do whatever you like. You cannot take Nigerians' money out of empathy because they emphasize with you, to get you out of your problem. Then you come and dictate to them, or you tell them they don't have right to dictate or to talk. That one is very, very wrong, and it must stop in this country.
Okay, thank you,
That
Mr.
is what we are seeing.
Okay.
Let
Thank you, Mr. Hassan.
Let me respond a bit
to-
before you so that you can give us the hair. But I want to quickly respond so it doesn't look like you are defending because it's your church, right? Nigerians did not contribute. Nigerians did not donate money for blood transfusion.
So confused.
Nigerians donated money for that woman to get every form of treatment that will help her get better. It is also her prerogative to choose the form of treatment she decides will get her better for whatever reason. So let's even remove religion, for instance. It's like somebody has cancer, for instance, and you have donated money to treat cancer. And then she realizes that I can actually go use alternative methods to get my treatment aside from doing chemotherapy. I've seen very rich people who choose not to do chemo because they say once you do chemo, that's almost like the end of the game. And they opt for alternative ways of treating cancer. Some have succeeded, others have not.
Okay.
Those who did chemo, some succeeded, others did not. Those who do blood transfusion, some succeed, others do not. So there's no guarantee that with this blood transfusion, this woman may live or not live.
What I'm hearing,
also, I just want to land my thoughts so that people will understand that
we
what we donated money for was to get this woman from this point to this point.
Okay.
However, the vehicle she chooses to go through that point, as long as she's going from this point to this point, should be the focus, not on the blood.
Fantastic. I hear you. What I hear everyone else has said so far, Amaka and the callers, is that it wasn't transparent enough. However,
So
she
let
decided to
me
go
respond to
before.
transparency.
Yes, and I would like for you to respond to that. But let me take a call from Amaka, Port Harcourt. Good morning, Amaka. Oh, we've lost her. So, Chika, please.
Okay. First of all, before I even go into the matter of transparency, I would like to clarify the decisions that I make are from a place of conviction of my Bible-based understanding. So beyond this being a religious matter, it is a personal matter of saying, I have read the Bible, I have a relationship with God, and based on my understanding of the scriptures, I make decisions that govern my life. It's just that when a collective people now believe the same thing based on their Bible-based convictions, you can call it religion. But everybody within that unit makes their personal decisions for themselves. Even within the witness fold, I've seen people who say, like, we are encouraged to marry only in the Lord, right? We've had witnesses who don't marry in the Lord. So I want to make that point clear. It is a personal decision based on a person's understanding of the Bible, the scriptures, and their personal relationship with their Heavenly Father.
Do you think she was transparent?
That aside, the transparency, I agree with Amaka when she says, since she brought this issue out, and we've now gotten to this level of, oh, I am not going to be going the blood route, and people, there's angst, I agree that she should come out and say, oh, I'm sorry there's angst. I didn't mention this because I didn't think that this would be an issue. I came to the public and said, look, I have this health challenge. I need your help. I need to be treated. I don't have all the money. Please help me. In that moment, she didn't think that if she came out and didn't mention blood, and then now that blood has arisen, that the whole world will turn against her and call her a fraudulent person who lied, who manipulated, who stole, because she didn't mention that this is how I will go with the treatment, not this way. way. There are people who refuse treatment because they are allergic to certain things. I know some people who they won't take it. What's the name of this injection? There's this one for bringing your temperature down. It can paralyze your leg.
Isn't not
one tiny injection like this.
Also, there are
people reject it.
yeah.
So people make decisions. This woman is not rejecting health. The caller who said, "Oh, medicine should be open to all, regardless of religion."
Okay.
She's going the medical route. There are alternate. The reason why we do not take blood is the Bible. God expressly commands the soul of any organism is in its blood, and so in the Old Testament and in the New Testament, it is expressly written, do not take blood. There are alternatives, which I wanted to...
Thank you for staying with us. We're still looking at this scenario, and you know, we're talking about transparency now. We're talking about what she should have done or what she should be doing, you know, next. And also my question is for Nigerians now, does it matter, you know, if someone is still taking treatment, even though it's not the sort of treatment that you agree with, but taking some form of treatment, does it really matter if, you know, because right now the question, are we asking her to return the money or just make sure that going forward, tell us exactly how it is that you're spending the money? What would we like to see going forward? Are we asking her to return the money or just tell us what you're doing, you know, going forward with this money?
So Mariam,
what would be acceptable?
Mariam, see, this narrative came out. This, as in, we're not witches and wizards now. So apparently, somebody from the medical team or the family brought this thing out, and this information, and the way, and from what I can understand, this blood transfusion is an integral part of her treatment or healing, because that's why people are so angry. And people feel that if she doesn't get a blood transfusion, she will die, that she will now on her life, as opposed to the main reason why they're trying to save her life. So from the conversation, I don't know, I'm not a medical doctor. Yes, from the conversation and why Nigerians are angry, it's as if this particular treatment that involves blood transfusion is really important.
Yes.
So if it's that important for you to stay alive and they've contributed money for you to stay alive and you don't want to take that route, the first thing I think you should do is come out and explain to them if they have their alternative treatments, right?
Yes.
That will still produce the same result. Then secondly, you apologize to them for them to be angry. See, they say the caller and the payee, the payer and the caller. So now who they spend the money?
Determine.
Now we go determine. So you know it's not good to offend your sponsor. So you
Yes,
see me, I cannot even offend my helper or my sponsor. So you come out and apologize to your sponsor for making your sponsors angry. Then you not tell them, sponsor, should I return the money or should I keep it?
All right, I get you. Boniface from Jos. Good morning, Boniface.
So you come out and apologize to your sponsor for making your sponsor.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Boniface. You can hear you. Please go ahead.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, we can hear you.
About discussion this morning. It's very interesting, very beautiful, so sad. See how we are compromising our head.
Okay. Chika, would you like to respond to that? What would be acceptable going forward? I also know, did I miss that, the list of alternative treatments to blood transfusions you wanted to read out? Did I miss that?
Okay. So I would like to reiterate, I do agree that now that we have gotten to this part, that the family or whoever is medically involved with her health treatment should come out to say, because we have public funds, here is a public report about what the lady, the patient, is saying and where things stand. So this is her stance, this is her decision. If it goes against what you hold there when you were making these donations, please furnish us account information so that we can return the funds. We appreciate, we're very grateful to you, you know, even rising to the occasion in the first place.
Okay.
We are, you know, so do that very diplomatically.
Okay.
I absolutely agree, because it has gotten to the point now. The only part that I disagree with, and I want us to be careful, because when we fan certain stereotypes, things can become muddled up easily. Just like BC said, contributions were not made for her to receive blood. Contributions were made for her to treat herself of whatever ailment she had and get better. But now, since the public who gave the money is saying, no, we're not just concerned about you getting better, we're concerned about the fact that you are refusing blood, and blood is one of the ways, because Mary and Bess' relative, humans are fallible. I have seen where medicine defies, health or turnout defines medical proclamations.
True.
So when you say best, it's relative. If a doctor says this is the best course of treatment, that is relative to his understanding and his recommendations. An imperfect human. So this is a person who is saying, because of my faith and my relationship with God, my maker and my creator has said to me, I should not take blood. For that reason, I want to obey my creator and not take blood. If a human has given me money and is now saying they are angry with me that I took money to, I'm making a decision because I want to please my creator, because a doctor has said this is the best, an imperfect doctor, then please, by all chance, make restitutions and refund the money. But let me now go into the details about why bloodless surgery is a thing in medical practice now.
Could you?
Okay, yes. So we have pre-surgery preparation. These are techniques that are used in bloodless surgery. So to boost the patient's blood levels before the surgery, they use iron supplements, erythropoietin, vitamin B12, and they treat underlying anemia. There is also during surgery blood conservation techniques. So they do special surgical methods that are minimally invasive. They have laser or ultrasonic tools that seals blood vessels instantly. So as they're doing the surgery, whatever
blood, losing blood,
they close it up immediately. There's also electrocautery that burns vessels to stop bleeding. There's also blood recycling, which is cell salvage. So during the surgery, any blood lost from the person's body is collected, cleaned, and returned to the patient. There's controlled hypotension, there's hemodilution, and then even after surgery, there are other techniques to conserve. I would also like to point out the dangers of blood surgery.
Oh, okay. That one is fine. People should do that.
Let's hear this.
So my point is, regardless of what treatment, there are risks.
Yeah.
Do you understand? But I would rather take the risk and do what is pleasing to my heavenly Father.
I think Nigerians should focus on the purpose for the contribution, right? Which is to get her to treat herself and become better. And now, if there are other options that are available, and she's insisting that this is the option she wants, I think Nigerians should study into the options, pay attention. If you need to do a bit of research to understand that, is this even possible, and support her through it. You have contributed the money because you want to get her somewhere. Let's focus on that for now. And subsequently, before you come out, know the implications of coming out to ask the public for something. You have to be transparent from beginning to the end. This is a learning curve for all of us.
Thank you, ladies. So what I'm taking off from this conversation, be more transparent, be accountable, and then there are different medical alternatives to treat, and we should respect that. We have a disclaimer here. The views and thoughts and opinions expressed during this discussion, especially those touching on religion, personal beliefs, or medical decisions, are entirely those of the individual contributors and do not represent the official position of this program, TVC, its management, or its affiliates. All comments are personal perspectives and should not be interpreted as professional, theological, or institutional positions. The program remains neutral and respects the freedom of belief and expression of all parties involved. Thank you, ladies, for your contributions. Let's go on a short break. When we come back, we'll continue with the show. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.